seen him before. Hey, but I did want to ask you, man, because Future of Honor, Ring of
Yes.
Honor. I had no clue until I saw the tweets that you and Keith were up there working and doing your thing. And I've never, I've never met Keith. I saw
Hmm.
him. I was at a show in Arlington during the summer that he was on. So I've seen him before in person. Haven't met him personally. Um, you and Keith though, y'all doing y'all thing with Future of Honor, man. Go ahead and tell everybody about it if they haven't
Oh,
seen the video already.
yeah, man. If you haven't seen it, please go watch and like and comment. Hashtag, PBK and watch ROH, FOH. It's basically what the Future of Honor is a platform uh, for guys, for anybody really not signed with ROH, to have an opportunity to showcase their skills, and show their fan base and show the world exactly what they can do, and myself and Keith Lee have been teaming up for a little bit now. Still very, very, very young in our team together. I think we've only had about, maybe 9, 10 matches together as a team, but the individual skills that we both bring to the table are very evident when we team up. We're both big, strong guys. Keith Lee is an absolute physical freak. One of the strongest people I've ever been in the ring with, one of the strongest people I've ever seen. Like he and incredibly agile, incredibly agile.
That's
Um,
what shocked me more than anything, Shane, because like I said, I've seen him in person, and I've seen a
hmm
few videos of him on YouTube.
hmm
And when he took that dive, I was like, "What the?"
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know he could do
And
that.
this
I'm
is the
like,
thing. This is
"Holy
and
crap!"
this is the crazy thing. Like, I'm 350 and I'm
Right,
agile. I know how
right,
fast I am. I know
right.
how quick I can be. From years of boxing and years of wrestling, I know my athletic ability. And to see a guy like Keith then go even past what I do is like, oh, okay, I have to step my game up. You know what I mean? Like, uh, because and like Ray will tell, and like Ray will tell guys, he'll be like, Shane is agile, but not like Shane is agile for being 350. Shane is agile, period. Like, like
Yeah,
bring out your 200 pound, like your 200 pound guy. Shane is, he's faster than them. Like,
yeah.
it's like it's just that level of athletics. And Keith was D1 football at Texas A&M. If I'm not wrong, Uh, so he's just like he's one of those guys, man. He's a physical freak. I'll go in, or we'll go into the gym, and I tell this story all the time. We go into the gym. It was me, him, and Ray, and we walk in. We were getting ready to do shoulders or something like that. And Keith, and the look on his face, on Keith's face, is like someone just like kicked his dog in the head. I'm like, bruh, what is wrong with you? You know what I mean? And he's like, man, and like in the saddest voice I've ever heard. He's like, man, the dumbbells only go up to 150. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what did you just say? I'm like, dude, shut up and start lifting. Like, what is wrong with
Right.
you? Like, just grab 150s and start pressing. Like, come on. Like, but like he's that much of, he's just that strong. That,
Yeah, yeah.
he's the dude is an absolute monster. And I'm like, what do you, like the average person on the street, even the above average person isn't seeing 150 on the dumbbells. They're not even looking at it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Uh,
that's way down at the end of the rack. They're in the middle of the rack. They don't even go down there. You know what I'm saying?
right.
They don't even visit
Right.
down there. You know?
For real. That's cool. Yeah, he is, man. I I mean, like I said, I hadn't seen that side of him when I've seen
Mhm.
him, in person. It's like, and then I also watched the Future of Honor video with both of you, and I'm like, man, they're cutting good promos. They're in the ring. They're doing their thing. I'm like, phew, they look good, man. It was
Yeah, man.
I had no idea until I saw. I don't remember if I saw it on Facebook or Twitter first, but until I saw it, I was like, huh, I'll be damned.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's years and years of hard work just to have, the opportunity at that match. Was I've been wrestling for 9 years now. Keith about the same, if I'm not wrong, and to finally be at that stage, to have that sort of opportunity and to shine like we've been doing is just hard work, and it's just making the most of what we've been blessed with, and that's size and agility.
Yeah.
And the way I see it with Keith, me and Keith have an understanding as a tag team. He'll pick the guys up and throw them around, and I'll punch guys in the face. That's what we do.
No, you gotta when it comes to tag team wrestling too, you gotta complement each other. And
Exactly.
if it works,
Exactly.
if it works for you, it works for you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. He's a power lifter. I'm a boxer. I've been boxing my entire life, wrestler. So I have a different style than he does. My style is more rugged and more straight ahead. He's got the speed and agility and the power to just toss guys 10 feet in the air. So we play off that. And
Yeah, you do. You do what you do. So
exactly.
it's picking up steam, man. Because I think I've seen you or him tweet it out. That a lot of people have retweeted it. A lot of people have liked the video and saying
Oh yeah,
good
yeah,
feedback
man.
to Ring of Honor about it.
The response has been incredible. More than we both could have hoped for. People have been tweeting it and Instagramming and all kind of stuff, and Facebooking, and you'll have to excuse me because I'm still getting used to the technology. Like my generation of kids went outside and and played in the mud and fought each other and stuff like that. So
Right.
so I'm just now getting into the new techno age. But yeah, man, it's been the response, to Ring of Honor and from Ring of Honor has been tremendous. People have been, complimenting us and, and telling us how proud they are. And I have to tell them all the time, this is just, just a step towards where we want to be.
Right.
Nothing is in stone. Nothing is, nothing in life is promised. So, this is just a big step forward, and the next step on the path to get where we want to be. And that is pretty much where Ray Monroe finds himself right now, on top of the Ring of Honor tag team, of the tag team scene, which is, as any wrestling fan knows, is the deepest and best tag team roster on the planet. The tag teams in Ring of Honor are second to none. Whether it's the Ring of Honor tag champs, War Machine, the Addiction, ANX, the Briscoes, Red Dragon, Kingdom, anybody that you throw out there is going to be world class. Anybody's going to be world beaters. You say guys like Red Dragon and Kingdom, IWGP champs, junior and senior, respectively. The Young Bucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
If you run through tag tags and then have to remember the Young Bucks, that shows you just the kind of talent that you're working with.
Yeah.
It's
The division is this is how deep the division is. At Final Battle, you had the three-way tag match for the number one contenders, and then you had the tag match for the title belt. So you got five solid teams just right there, and so that goes to show you. Most promotions in themselves couldn't produce five solid.
One, maybe two.
Right.
Maybe two.
So when you got five solid ones in that promotion and when we say solid, we mean legit solid. You can look at any of those and go, man, any one of these teams is talented. And they're all so different. To the point you make. So, because I look at like Ray and Ray Rowe and Hanson, and they have their own look and own style, and then you got the Young Bucks all the way down to Red Titus and Kenny King. It's all different. So. Yeah, man, you're right. It is stacked. You were talking about, getting the opportunity with Ring of Honor. It's funny because I talked to Beer City Bruiser last week, and
Mhm.
his episode is going to air in the future, and he was talking about the same thing. He went to a trial camp. Paid his money, went to a trial camp, and he talking about a dude who had then I can't remember if it was 15 years at that point. I mean, 15, 16 years in the business, and finally getting that break because he went to a trial camp, and
Yeah, man.
now he's doing Ring of Honor TV and on the main roster. So
Exactly. And then
yeah,
and
man, a lot of people don't realize that. It takes a lot of hard work. They think it happens overnight. It's hard work.
exactly,
Man.
and
You got to work for it.
exactly, and it's and that's another thing when we talk about uh, perception. Like a lot of people, especially the general populace, only know one type of wrestling. They only know one thing, so
Mm.
it doesn't come across to them. The message isn't conveyed. It's just how difficult it is to be a professional wrestler and to make this your living and to make this your job and to have this provide for your family. Um, and the steps that you take to do this, the nights
Yeah.
on the road, the nights in your car, the nights in hotels, the bumps and bruises, the lacerations, the broken bones, all the all the stuff that we go through being wrestlers because we love what we do and we love this business and we love this art form. We love, the grind of succeeding, and being challenged and overcoming that. That's what drives us all. And you have a guy like Beer City Bruiser who's been, 15 or 16 years in, been all over the place, but just never really got the opportunity, to shine on a big stage. And
Yep.
it tells a lot to his character to be able to, when he got the chance, to make the most of it. And you see,
Right.
like he's doing it now. Ring of Honor TV. Week after week, I'm watching it. I see Beer City Bruises, Silas Young, and the boys.
Right.
Every
Exactly.
week.
Yep. Yeah, it goes to show you, man. Like in his example, all those years, finally, paying off. It's just stuck
Mhm.
with it, kept going after it, kept training, kept doing his thing, and it just what I like about somebody like him and even you and Keith, it's not the same as the look is not that muscle bound freak that
Oh, for sure.
WWE would only hire in like the late '90s and early
Mhm.
2000s. It's morphed thankfully where now guys who aren't built like Greek gods or chiseled
Mhm.
whatnot, they now have an opportunity because I mean I'm sorry, but a body type is only one part of it. That's
Exactly.
there's so
Exactly.
many. If that was the case, Dusty Rhodes would have never made it big
Mhm.
back in the day. So
And that's and
you know
and a lot of people when they talk about my and Keith's name as a tag team, we went with Pretty Boy Killers uh, for that exact reason because and throughout our both of our careers have been very parallel. In ring work, has been solid, microphone skills solid, but the one drawback we both had was we're just not what we're looking for. That type of look. And I
hmm
sat and I thought to myself like, is this a sport? Is this a competition, or are we looking to see who looks best in baby oil? You know what I mean?
right
Like,
right.
Vader didn't have a six pack, but he was beating guys' asses. Like
Mhm.
Stan Hansen
Yeah.
didn't have a six pack, but he was knocking people out with lariats. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Yep.
so the pattern has been there, and the blueprint has been
hmm
there for bigger guys to be able to be charismatic, to be masters of their craft, and to entertain and draw money. Guys like Dusty
Right.
Rhodes, just like you mentioned,
Yep.
guys that that you look at and go, yeah, he's not 6'5" and jacked to the gills and got a 20 pack, but damn, the guy's drawing money. He connected to the people,
You're right. Right.
and that was my and Keith's mindset. It was like, man, like we're not pretty boys. Like we're not. You know what I mean? We're not gonna go out there and slick our hair back and do all this stuff and get all oiled up and stand there for people to gawk at. Like we're here to do a job. We're here to do a
hmm
job, and we're gonna punch you in the mouth. Keith's gonna throw you somewhere, probably jump on you from really high, and then we're gonna pin you and we're gonna go get your checks. That's what we're gonna do, you know. Uh, and there's really no other way to go about it for us. You know, we've both proven ourselves outside of wrestling as far as athletics go. Uh, so we know what we're capable of doing in an athletic contest. You know, we're
Right.
both very very confident in the skills that we bring. And now you put us together, regardless of how you think a pro wrestler should look, regardless of how you think a pro wrestler, that stereotype of what you think it is. Like this isn't the '80s, this isn't the '90s, this is 2015, damn near
Right.
2016. You know, and I think a lot of places too, are losing fans because they refuse to let go of that mold. They refuse to let go of that ideology that they have to look like this and they have to do this and this is what we need. This is what it's going to draw. And the fans that they have are smarter than that now, that they realize who is legit and who is just another cookie cutter copy pushed by the machine. Like they
Mhm.
understand, you know,
Yeah.
they can look and go, hey, that's just like the million other guys you put out. That's just like the 20,000 other guys that walked down the ramp that said the same thing, that did the same thing. But when you have different companies that put out a different product, people resonate with that because they go, hey, that's real. That I can identify with. That
Yeah.
that is what I like. You know,
Yep.
like I want a kid or whoever, whether it be a kid, grown man, whatever, to look at me and go, damn, Shane doesn't have a six pack, but damn, did you see him move? Damn, did you see the athleticism on that guy? I can do that. I don't
Right.
have to pigeonhole myself to look like this. If I don't look like this, then my dream's not dead. I can
Right.
still
Right.
go out and achieve something. I can still go out and be great. That is what I want people to see when they see me and Keith. Now, whether you boo us or not, or you cheer us or not, makes no difference to me. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we may not always be your favorite people, you know, but the message is still the same, and what we do is still the same. We're still going to be the
Right.
guys that go out and put on one hell of a show, night in, night out, and leave people with their jaws dropped because of what we're able to do inside that ring.
Right. Give them their money's worth, so to say. I mean, that's also
Exactly.
what you're doing. Yep. I'm with that. Hey, if you talk to Keith, man, let him know I'll reach out to him in the future, and I'm gonna. I got
Absolutely.
I got a lot of stuff booked right now as far as reporting for the shows, like through January. But man, I'd love to have him on, man. I get him on the show, and he could
He's a funny
talk
cat,
about
man.
what he's. Yeah, he's
Be prepared
he
to talk about a lot of anime. A lot of anime.
a lot of what?
Anime. It's
Anime.
listen. I didn't know what it
Anime.
was until he was my tag partner, but I'm
All
so like
right, all right.
it's like Japanese cartoons, but uh
Okay.
yeah, but it's legit though. Like like a Dragon Ball Z and all kind of stuff like that. That's all anime. That's all
I
like a
got you. Okay.
certain type of
That's
certain
his
type of
thing.
art.
Cool, cool. That's his thing. That's good to know.
Oh yeah.
But hey, let's start to wrap this thing up, man. Tell the people where to find you as far as like Twitter and Facebook and whatever other social media you got.
Oh, for sure. Facebook.com/Notorious Shane Taylor. Also Twitter and Instagram at Shane216 Taylor. Those are the numbers. You don't have to spell out 216. Uh,
Gotcha.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Anywhere on there, you guys can find me. Look me up. Drop me a line. Say what's up. Please follow. And yeah, man, like that's all my social media stuff. And it's been a hell of a year, man. Hell of a year.
Hell of a year. Going to be a hell of a 2016. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep working hard.
2016 January's already slated to be incredible. So I can only imagine what the rest of the new year is going to bring.
Yeah, you just got it. You got it, man. You just got to keep working hard, man. And
Absolutely.
eventually, the breaks do come your way if you work hard enough because you set yourself apart from the pack, so to
Exactly.
say. But yeah, man, keep it up, man. And I'll I'll see you at the Wildcat show, man. I'll be in New Orleans that weekend.
Yes,
So
sir. January 9th, back at the Grace King, Wildcat Sports and Entertainment. If it ain't Wildcat, it ain't wrestling.
and Shane will be busting somebody's ass, so to say. He says he's gonna
Always.
retain that title. So
Always.
hey, we didn't get to we didn't get to WrestleCade, but I know you won there, and we're running out of time. So, but man, I'll definitely bring you back in the future, man. That's
For
one
sure.
good thing about this. I
Part
haven't
two.
had to Part two. That's right. I haven't had to double up on guests yet. I've pretty much had a new person each week as we get into our 8th month of doing this. But yeah, man, I'll definitely bring you back, and we'll definitely bring Keith on, and I will we'll definitely do something in the future with you as well as we get further updates later on down the line. But Shane, man, I appreciate you coming on, giving me some time, man. I
Thank you
tell
for
every
having me.
guy, I tell everybody, no problem. I tell everybody that comes on, man, one of the most valuable things we have that you can't pay for is time. Like, so
Mhm.
whenever a guy gives me their time or girl gives me their time on the show, I'm like, always thank him for it because it's the most valuable thing, man. So,
Absolutely.
but I
Absolutely.
appreciate it. Well, look,
Yes,
Shane,
sir.
hang tight real quick while you got anything else you want to plug before we get up out of here?
Yeah, man. Just guys, continue, to watch ROH, watch Wildcat Sports. Um, go to the YouTube, go to the Facebook, Ring of Honor, check out the videos, the Future of Honor videos from a couple weeks ago, with myself and Keith Lee versus Brutal Bob and Tim Hughes. Um, check out and like and comment on the promos and stuff, and just let Ring of Honor know that PBK is the Future of Honor.